You're watching Today at the Preakness, and we are set for the $200,000 sprint, 6 furlongs, the Maryland Breeders' Cup. It is for 3-year-olds and up. And Randy, we have some familiar stars in this race. This is a really good lineup.
A couple of names in here that look familiar when you check the program if you follow horse racing. First of all, there's Artax, who ran in the Kentucky Derby last year. Not very well, but he ran.
He finished 13th?
He finished way back in the pack, and he had some excuses, too. He had some physical problems after the race, I think. And then, yes, it's true, a horse that was with us earlier this year on the Triple Crown Chase for a while. He's a horse that's got a lot of speed, but just isn't quite up to those longer distances. And now we're going to take a look at the starting lineup here of this one, the Maryland Breeders' Cup from the inside out. Number 1 is Purple Passion at 5-1, ridden by Rick Wilson. There's Yes It's True with his early speed. He's going to try to get that rail position. The rail's fast, and Jerry Bailey knows it. Power by Far, number 3, Brushed On 4. There's Artax, number 5. Boy, has he gotten good, especially in his last race at the Carter. He is the 6-5 favorite right now with George Chavez. Then you've got a former Maryland champion, Green Spring Willie, a Maryland bred with Gary Stevens aboard. Long shot, Just Call Me Carl, 9-1, but he's got Edgar Prado. Scratch Wire Me Collect. And then a horse from Churchill Downs that Pat Day's familiar with, number 9, the Trader's Echo, at odds of 13-1.
Randy, I think it's important to note that champion horses don't necessarily relish every single distance, and Yes It's True definitely follows under that category.
Yes It's True does follow that category. He has a lot of early speed, and he's not quite up to the longer distances. Artax was running longer distances last year, and now he's a sprinter. It's just like the opposite from Yes It's True. In Artax's last race at Aqueduct, he ran in a race called the Carter Handicap at 7 furlongs. Here it is. He ran 7 furlongs in this race in 1 minute 20 seconds flat. That is sizzling. It's so fast it broke a track record that a lot of people in New York thought might never be broken. It was formerly held by Dr. Fager, and it was a 31-year-old track record. Artax really got good when he went from California to New York, and now he's a heavy favorite in this spot.
So there's definitely life after finishing 13th in the Derby last year.
Absolutely. And there's the other one we've been talking about. There's Yes It's True. You know, I mentioned earlier that Straight Man came out of the Derby trial, and on that day at Churchill Downs, April the 24th, the track was very loose and deep, and speed horses were just getting murdered. Well, this was another horse here, Yes It's True, that had speed in the Derby trial and backed up. So Wayne Lucas is hoping for a better result here to lead him into a nice Preakness result, hopefully.
He's passionate about this horse. Of course, he raced the sire. Is It True? We'll be back with the 13th running of the Maryland Breeders' Cup on Today at the Preakness. You're taking a look at the bustling infield on Preakness Day, at least 60,000 strong, enjoying the weather and the upcoming events. Well, tonight in Dallas, the Stars looking to pick up the pieces on home ice, some thinking that it would be a romp against the St. Louis Blues, but it is knotted at 2 apiece, and fingers are crossed, Guy Carbonneau could be making his comeback after hurting his leg and could jumpstart this team. That's tonight, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN2. But right now we're getting set for the Maryland Breeders' Cup, and Randy, there's Purple Passion, and let's see how the bettors are supporting some of these horses, including Purple Passion.
Purple Passion may not be a bad horse to support. I mean, he's very consistent. In his last 22 main track races, he's been in the money 20 times, and he's 6-1. Yeah, there's Yes It's True. This is going to be a big test of our fast rail here, because Yes It's True is tremendously fast out of the gate when they want to use it, and you know Bailey's going to try to use it. Artax is probably going to be off the rail outside of him.
The record-breaking favorite is even money.
He's even money, and only carrying 116 pounds. He only picks up 2 pounds off of a track record performance. Handicap races just aren't what they used to be, and these horses are all going to be pretty much up against it there from their outside post positions. Now we take a look at some of the other horses in the field. There's Purple Passion once again. Purple Passion, as I said, is tremendously consistent, and he does have the benefit of breaking from that number 1 post position. He won't be far off the lead. His jockey, Rick Wilson, might try to send him early to keep that position, but I just don't think this horse has quite as much early gas as a horse like Yes It's True. We'll find out how much the rail moves him up.
And Randy, we've been seeing all afternoon that the speed is being favored in the inside on the rail. Anybody that gets to the rail and goes for home is usually making it to the wire first.
It's been very dominant, that path on the rail, and that means a horse like Green Spring Willie might be in a little trouble. Breaking from his number 6 post position. He's not a tremendously fast horse out of the gate, but he's a great story. As I said, he was a Maryland champion last year, and his trainer is Tony Dutrow, a guy who's been just unconscious this year. He took over the training of this horse this year from his late father, Dickie Dutrow, one of the real great trainers in Maryland racing history. And then you've got the number 4 horse, Brushed On. Here's another horse that's a leading contender. He's 19-1. He's a nice little long shot there. He caught a double whammy last time. He not only had to run against Artax, he had to run against a sprinter named Kelly Kipp, who is another one of those real fast New York horses.
Shane Sellers obviously getting a win already earlier, so he knows this track.
Shane Sellers does know the track, but Brushed On is just doesn't have quite as much early speed as some of those horses inside of him do. And the way this track is playing right now, that's the first thing you have to look at when you handicap a race on this track today.
Let's bring in track announcer Dave Robman, who knows this track like the back of his hand, and all of these horses too. Dave?
Okay, we were talking about speed in the rail before. What about just pure speed? You know, when you go 6 furlongs here at Pimlico and you see a fraction of 23 flat, just subtract, about 4/5 of a second, because that's equivalent to a much faster time at any other racetrack in America. The electronic beam that starts the timer at 6 furlongs here at Pimlico is right up against the starting gate. So if you see 23 flat for the opening quarter, that's like going 22-1 somewhere else, or 22 flat. And I fully expect to see about 23 flat on the tote board, maybe even a little bit quicker here. The track, I think, is playing a little to the fast side this afternoon time-wise. An allowance, decent allowance horse went 10-4 in the opener of the day, so it's very possible that we could go under the 110 flat here for 6 furlongs in the Maryland Breeders' Cup.
And Dave, will it be Artax? He already has broken a record at another track.
It could be back-to-back track records for Artax here. It's especially with his useful and devastating early speed under Jorge Chavez. The horse that actually looks good at a nice price out there is number 9, the Trader's Echo. He's 15-1, but he looks like he should be 5-1 by his looks on the racetrack as we get ready to load him up here for the Maryland Breeders' Cup.
Well, Dave, you've been at Maryland for a while now. You know, in the old days of Pimlico, the rail would get fast like this all the time. It was more the rule instead of the exception. It doesn't happen as often nowadays, does it?
No, to me it's very sporadic. Opening weekend here, the rail was very fast. We've had days in and out where the rail's been fast here at Pimlico. Last week, horses closed and circled from everywhere. You know, it's just hard to tell. It's almost as if there's a magic button that's pushed every day and every night. But today, for sure, it's fast. Kent Zoma riding the rail would lead him home at the 5/16 pole, then angling out. And I'll bet you he's got something up his sleeve in the Preakness Stakes. I'll bet you he's going to try to duplicate that ride with the filly this afternoon.
That's a good point to make about that horses that come from off the pace can take advantage of that rail bias as well. We talk a lot about speed in rail, but they can also ride the rail from off.
Exactly. A couple more to load here. Green Spring Willie's in. Just Call Me Carl ready to load up. And long shot, the Trader's Echo. As the timer gets ready for 6 furlongs. Let's see what this opening quarter is going to be. All in line, and they're off. Artax was slow from the gate. Artax was left at the gate there, last of all. It's Yes It's True gunning up for that early lead. Just Call Me Carl with some early speed, and right there in between horses is Brushed On Extreme outside. It's the Trader's Echo. The Trader's Echo now takes 3rd. Power by Far pushed along but losing ground. Purple Passion on the inside. Just Call Me Carl is 3 wide. Artax going to have to be very good from here. He's 4 wide after breaking dead last in the starting gate, but Artax is moving up just 3 lengths in that lead. Green Spring Willie is the trailer. 23-1 for the opening quarter with just about 3/8 of a mile to go. Yes, It's True has a head in front. Yes, It's True has that lead as they enter the far turn. Here comes Artax on the outside, running a big race. The Trader's Echo's in between horses, battling away, followed by Purple Passion, who's racing in 4th as they turn for home. Artax, Yes, It's True on the inside, battling out a half in 45-3. And Yes, It's True, he's got more. Yes, It's True on the inside under Jerry Bailey. Artax back in 2nd, Purple Passion, followed by the Trader's Echo, Brushed onto the far. Oh, there's a fan on the racetrack. A fan on the racetrack. Ran right in front of the horses. It's amazing. Everyone is up and safe, including the fan. Yes, It's True in a Maryland Breeders' Cup that we will remember for a long time to come. The time was 1:09.1.
This is absolutely bizarre. We've got a security breach of the nth degree in the Maryland Breeders' Cup, and this is a guy. I can't believe this is happening.
It's bewildered everyone, but thank goodness, Yes, It's True with Jerry Bailey up was unmoved and victorious in an incredible time for the Maryland Breeders' Cup.
You know, one lucky guy is Jerry Bailey because Artex got left at the gate. The luckiest guy of all is the guy who stood in the middle of the track and didn't get hit somehow. This is Yes It's True coming down on the inside here with the clear lead. Artex got left at the gate, and so he was forced to make this 4-wide rally, and now he's in trouble. And you can see right now the guy on the racetrack, the jockey saw him back there and avoided him somehow. And that, of course, makes Yes It's True a much easier winner than he would have been otherwise. You know, I've read about this in old racing history books and stuff about things like this happening from time to time. Some guy one time even got ran over and managed to live. But I've been going to the races for a long time, 20 or 25 years now, and I've never actually seen anything like that happen. It's been a long time.
I tell you, that crazy fan is lucky to be alive today. Luck on his side, and also on Yes It's True. And Jerry Bailey, you can hear us. And what a crazy race, Jerry Bailey. Congratulations, first of all, but have you ever had to compete with a racing fan on the track before?
Well, you know, when I got to him, I couldn't tell if he was going to move, stay still, or what. Thank God he stayed still.
Well, Jerry, let's get off the crazy fan now for a second. You've ridden Yes It's True here to a big win on the rail. And nobody's going to hear this, none of your competition. What might your strategy be with a track like this aboard Worldly Manor?
Well, I mean, everybody knows the rail's good here. That's no secret. But with the 10-hole, I don't know if I can get to it. It'd be ideal if I could suck in behind the speed and sit on the fence, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not.
Well, it's a tall order we could lay. If anybody can pull it off, you can do it. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jerry Bailey. And yes, it's true, never worse than second at this distance, stamping himself as a force in the Sprinter this year. And there is our fan being taken off the track. What an incredible story. The good news is that everything is fine, and Wayne Lucas couldn't really concentrate and savor his victory because he was looking at the fan, and Satish Sanat couldn't believe it either, but all is well. Things a little crazy in Maryland.
Today at the Preakness is brought to you by National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. By Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you fresh beer tastes better. By Las Vegas, it's anything and everything. How soon can you get here? And by Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Ground transportation provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association.
Let's go!
Race results and related statistical information provided courtesy of Equibase Company, the thoroughbred industry's official database for racing information.
Well, it's been a wild ride during the Maryland Breeders' Cup, but Yes It's True makes it to the wire first in an incredible time. There is a look at this fan. It is just a miracle that he was not injured or any of the horses and riders involved. But with the quick-thinking staff here at Pimlico, the fan has been apprehended and he is now off the track. Let's go to Kenny Rice.
Well, here's the man that it affected most, Jorge Chavez, who was riding Artax. And Jorge, my compliments to you. We talk about great athletes for jockeys. You had to react just like that. What happened there when you first saw him?
Well, this is something bad experience and happened to me in my life. Never in my life happens to me, but I got a horse and I saw the guy just cross over. And he started waiting for me. I can read his mind. He was waiting for me. And yes, I got to check my horse because otherwise I was going to kill him. And my horse going on top of him. I don't want to kill nobody. You know, we just bad things happen. It should have never happened. This type of somebody come over in the truck. And, you know, I can say maybe cost me the win, but the win don't mean nothing, you know, just the first thing happens, you know. Thanks God, nothing happened. I'm unsafe, and I hope the guy is safe too. But I guess he deserves some punishment there, the guy, because it's not good for the sport, something like that. It's very dangerous.
Well, I'm sorry about the racing luck today for you, but I'm glad you and Artax are okay. And again, compliments on quick thinking, quick reaction out there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jorge Chavez. Sandra, we hear about what great athletes these guys are. That was an example, a sad one that we had to show you right there, where he had to check his horse in just a split second to avoid that crazy fan who ran out on the track. Back to you.
And how they kept all their steeds in control. Congratulations to all the riders. Because of the unusual circumstances, the race is not official, but we can tell you the order. Yes, it's true. finishing first. Behind him, the Trader's Echo and Randy Purple Passion in third.
What a bizarre way to lead up to the Preakness. I don't know what the maximum punishment is for something like that, but whatever it is, they should throw the book at that guy, because there could have been some serious injuries involved, horse jockeys and even the guy himself.
Well, let's take a look at the Preakness.